Warning, this video may not be suitable for people under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, if you are easily scared, I'd recommend clicking off and watching something else. This video contains valid EAS tones. Playing these on the air is a serious crime and you can get arrested or fined. These tones can also frighten younger viewers. With that out of the way, enjoy the video.
Really? What kind of medicine? Morning. Sorry I'm late. I just couldn't seem to wake myself up. You won't have to worry about that anymore. Mama says she has...
We dropped our programming. This is a global emergency.
Good afternoon, Piedmont. We have some pretty dark news to share today. 3 asteroids are expected to strike Earth in the next few hours. These asteroids are also expected to generate 3 huge tsunamis in the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, as well as the Gulf of Mexico. All coastal states are expected to be hit by these tsunamis, as well as parts of Europe and Africa, along with Cuba, Mexico, Honduras, Japan, China, and Taiwan. Beaches in these areas are currently being evacuated and all beaches in the United States have been closed until further notice. Make sure to stay away from coastal areas as they are unsafe right now. Major coastal cities like New York City, Virginia Beach, Charleston, Savannah, Jacksonville, Miami, New Orleans, San Francisco, Hilo, among others are expected to be severely damaged by these tsunamis. Stay tuned as more updates become available later on.
EAS issued a tsunami warning for all coastal U.S. states until further notice. At 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated 3 massive tsunamis heading for these states. One in the Pacific Ocean, one in the Gulf of Mexico, and one in the Atlantic Ocean. These tsunamis are between 2,000 to 4,000 feet high, and are traveling between 200 to 400 miles per hour. Tsunamis are large waves that are not surfable and pose severe threats to coastlines. Move inland or seek shelter immediately. If you are on the beach, or within 5 miles of the coastline, evacuate to at least 15 miles from the coastline so you are clear of the flood zone. Take the necessary supplies such as non-perishable food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a flashlight, a first aid kit, fully charged cell phones, phone chargers, money, important documents, and a battery-powered radio with extra batteries. Shelters are being set up in inland parts of the affected states, as well as the bordering landlocked states. Stay tuned for more information on this dangerous situation.
National Information Center Statement. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. Severe damage has been reported in all coastal states due to 3 megatsunamis in the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans as well as the Gulf of Mexico. These tsunamis were formed by 3 asteroids impacting these bodies of water. While no parts of these states were submerged, their coastlines suffer severe damage. Search and rescue missions are currently underway to search for any survivors that were unable to evacuate from the coastline and to assess the damage. There is unlikely to be any home to return to, as many houses on the coastline were completely destroyed. In addition, other countries reporting tsunami damage include Cuba, Mexico, Honduras, Portugal, Spain, Morocco, Japan, China, and Taiwan. It may take a long time to repair the damage in these areas. However, the tsunami threat is now over. This concludes all operations under the emergency alert system. Normal programming may now resume. Your government thanks you for your cooperation during this emergency.
We have technology!
It didn't work.